Well, welcome into Gear and Gaming, and today we're talking some Star Trek Infinite. I'm going to give you 5 tips today on how to make your gameplay go a little bit smoother. Do you want to be able to automate your science ship, but you get to choose where it goes? Or how about a free boost to your economy and research simply by clicking a button? Or it gets tiring clicking into and out of the system screens. We'll give you a trick so that you won't have to do that for most simple tasks. That, plus a couple more things, and a bonus tip at the end for people who are new to Grand Strategy. Let's get into it. Here we are in the game. Our first tip is going to be about science ships. When you start off, you want to be surveying as many systems around your territory as you can. Knowing the resources of these nearby systems is important to understand where you're going to start expanding at. The amount of influence that you hold is finite. You can only expand to so many places, so you have to choose wisely where you're going to expand to. So you come over to your science ship, you click on it, and over here you can actually see an automatic survey order. You click the button, your ship will go and automatically survey stars around it in a order chosen by the AI. But if you want to choose the order it's done, what you need to do is you click on the ship again, you're going to click survey, choose a system, and then come back, hit survey again, hold shift, and now you can select up to 10 different actions in a row for your ship to do. This way you can choose which stars you go to, and you can set up to 10 surveys, which takes quite a while, and then it's just set it and forget it. Now, for some reason, if a anomaly comes up or you want to change that queue, what you can do is you come in, you tell it what you want to do, like maybe survey again, but hit Control Shift and then click, and it will reorder your queue. That'll put whatever you clicked on as the first thing your ship will do, but then it'll maintain the rest of the queue in that order that you chose before. This way you can make changes, you can have it survey anomalies and all that without having to go and choose all the stars again. Now my second tip is you need to check on the AI and its auto best ship designs. So we come in here, we come over, we go to our ship designer, and you will see, as in this one, it was automatically generated. And you'll notice up here in the top right, all of these slots are filled with titanium holes. Problem is, none of them are filled with shields.
Sir, our shields are dropping. Raise them! I can't! Fire! Fire!
The thing is, the AI, when it auto-designs a ship, kind of tries to maximize your stats for the minimum amount of cost. While these give you 50 hull points each and cost you 10 alloys, if you put in shields over here, you'll see that the cost is only 5 alloys, but the power usage is 15, which the hull armor doesn't use. So the computer automatically says, hey, putting in hull armor is the best thing. We get the most hit points without having to put in a bigger power plant. We're just going to do that. So you just want to make sure that these auto-generated ship types are balanced and not just min-maxed per the AI, because I found, and especially in the opening battles, that your ships kind of get torn apart if you don't have some shields on them. So I would recommend going in, especially in the early game, switching out just one of these with shields, and that'll give you a more balanced ship. Now, one thing to remember with this is once you unclick auto-generate designs, you're going to have to design your own ships every time, because it's a thing in the game that if you go back to click it again, it's going to delete any ship that you made on your own. But that's one of the most fun parts of this game to me is being able to come in and customize your own ships and build them out to what you want them to do. And later on, as you get more intel on who you might be fighting and what they're building, you can min-max your weapons load, your shields, and all that in your future classes of ships, or upgrade the class of ships that you already have. Now, the third tip is something that I didn't know about this particular engine. I've never played Stellaris, and I've never played in Stellaris' engine until this game came out, so I've been learning the little tricks on how to more easily manage my stuff as I go along. So normally, how I had been doing it anyway for me was if I wanted to build something, let's say I went to a construction ship and I wanted to build something in the system, I'd select the construction ship, click into the system, click the build icon, and click the highlighted planet. What I've figured out since, and what I think is a very useful thing is if you just click on your construction ship, you see something that has, in the galaxy screen here, you can see the resources that are available in each of the systems. You go to that system, you right click on it, and then you can build whatever station is needed to extract those resources. So for the energy, it'd be mining stations. If it's research, it'll allow you to build research, etc. Now, the thing to know about this is if you right click and tell it to, and there's multiple planets that have resources on them, it's going to have you queue a mining station up for every one of those planets. So if you don't have the minerals to want to do that at the moment, then you're going to need to go inside and choose which planet it is. But if you just want to say, hey, go here, mine all the minerals you can, this is a great way to do it. And I think this just keeps you from having to click in and out in the UI a bunch of times. So yeah, this will work on governor ships that you have, spy ships that you have. So if you get an alarm on a system, usually it's your home system while your ships are out there automated doing their thing, click on the spy ship, right click on the star, and hit your counter espionage, and it'll go there and it'll check it out. My basic advice would be anytime you select something, try right clicking on it first to see if it'll give you a list of options to do it. It will save you a bunch of time of having to go back and forth in the UI to click on different things. For tip number 4, speaking of spies, since we were just on about them, my personal opinion so far is that most of the spy missions are not usually worth it. I seem to lose a lot of spies, even as someone like the Romulans with some spy traits enabled, and even when the mission is successful, it takes energy to maintain it, and I haven't noticed a great deal of benefit coming out of it when I manage to steal blueprints or anything like that. So, to me, it just doesn't feel like the amount of time and resources put into spies, and the dead spies themselves, put into these missions are good investments for what we get for the output. But there is a good thing that spies do, and that's stop other people from spying on you. So my recommendation would be is when you get a spy, simply click on the ship. Every spy is just automatically assigned a ship. Come on down and click on automatic counter espionage. This will set up your spies to just kind of loop around all your systems and check things out. Occasionally you'll hear a warning in the game that says, silent alarm's been triggered here. I would then go to one of your spy ships, try and just click through and see which one is the closest to where the alarm went off at. Select it, right click, and then hit counter espionage in the system the alarm was triggered in. That way you have a chance of catching whoever might be spying on you. And frankly, just having them patrol around, they've caught a number of spies for me without me ever having to tell them to go try and catch them, other than setting up the automated counter espionage task. So I think it's worthwhile to have a couple just circling around, that way people aren't stealing your stuff. I don't know if I'd recommend you actually going to another person's systems and try and steal their stuff. Again, I just don't think the gain is worth the price. Now for our last tip is going to be trade deals. These you can open up in the diplomatic tab, so you just come down to a minor faction or a major faction, whichever one you like, and just click.
We will do our best to understand you.
So this opens up your diplomacy tab, and on the right here you'll see a list of options. And if someone's opinion of you is high enough, they will allow you to create commercial pacts and research agreements with them. These give you energy. Like a commercial pack will give you energy, like this one I have with the Betazoids. I'm getting 7.35 energy a turn or a month, and they're getting 2. So this is a win-win. I'm getting extra energy and it's not costing me anything. And the same thing with a research agreement. You get a research agreement with a minor power, and in this case, for research agreements, I would definitely say stick to the minor powers. You don't really want to give other empires a boost in their research, but with these minor powers, you can get a research agreement going with them. It will increase your research and let you get technology faster, while all you're doing is boosting some minor powers research, which, you may have to conquer them later, but in general, they're not going to be a real challenge to you. And as the Federation, since the way you expand isn't through war, it's through integration, if you then integrate them afterwards, that boost is going to come back to you because you integrate any technology they've also researched themselves. And that's it. That's my 5 tips to make your gameplay go a little bit faster and a little bit smoother. Now, I did say I was going to have one bonus tip, and my bonus tip is automation. You can automate a lot of things in this game. You can automate your spies, you can automate your science ships if you want, if you don't want to do the holding shift and selecting all the different systems you want to go to. But the thing that you really probably should automate at first, if you're just getting into a 4K or grand strategy game, is your worlds. This planet management in this game is a whole sub-game, in my opinion. You have to manage your populations and your jobs and the armies and all of this, and it's a lot of stuff to do. And if you're new to the Stellaris engine, if you're new to Star Trek Infinite itself, this can just be a big drag. You spend a lot of time doing this and less time moving your way through the story, moving your way through the fun parts. Now, as we talked about with ships, the AI isn't always going to be the best at everything, but it will be okay at this. And if you just come in here, you automate your worlds, it allows you to have fun with the game, to play the rest of the game, move your way through it, and then when you're comfortable managing your fleets and managing your resources and expanding and exploring and anomalies and all the other things that come with this game, once you get all those down, then you come back. Then you come back to this and you can start playing with your pops and with your different buildings and with everything that comes with managing these planets. And it's pretty easy to automate your planets. You come up here and you have to pick a designation for your world, whether it be energy, mining, agrarian. I would just look over here. Like, this particular world has a number of energy districts and not much else. So we click on it, we call it an energy world, and we turn on the automation. Now the AI will go through, it'll build buildings and it'll build districts with the idea of this being an energy world to maximize that and just take the load off of you so you don't have to worry about it. And you would go through each of your planets, choosing a designation and clicking automation. The only planet you can't automate is your capital planet, so you do have to pay attention to that one. But as the rest of your empire grows and you have more and more planets, automating them will allow you to focus on other things and I think enjoy the game even that much more. Well, that's it. That's my 6 tips at having a good time here in Star Trek Infinite. There's a lot more out there that I could talk about. I can do weapons, I can do defenses. I think there's a lot to explore in this game. If you guys would like to see more of this content, let me know down in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and that'll give me the signal that you guys want to see some more of this content, and I'd be happy to make it for you because, frankly, I love Star Trek and I love making these kind of videos. But wherever you guys are and wherever this finds you, I hope you're doing well, and we will see you here on Gear and Gaming next time.